Singapore Math Course 2A 1.6 Order of Operations with Integers. Let's get started with the independent practice. However, before we begin, let us remind ourselves of the BODMAS rule. What does this rule say? B stands for bracket. So first we always solve the brackets. Then O stands for order. So basically exponents, like when you have a square or a square root, cube or a cube root, those kind of things, then you solve that. This is division and multiplication, as you know, right? Division and multiplication. Then last two. This one is addition and subtraction. So that's the order that we follow to solve this kind of questions. So here first, as we said, from this rule, we will first be doing this part. So minus 3 times 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. And how many minus signs do we have here? It's odd number, just one, right? So the answer will also have minus sign. Plus 7. So minus 15 plus 7, which is 8, and the sign of the bigger number, that's minus, and minus 8 is the answer. The next one here, this is basically 50 divided by minus 5, right? So we are going to do the division first over here, which is equal to minus 10, odd number of minuses, right? And this part here, plus times minus 4, so plus times minus, we know the answer is minus, so this is minus 4 here. So the final answer is minus 14. The next one, now here we have multiplication here and multiplication here, and the center is addition. So those two can be solved individually also. So 4 times 6 is 24, and a negative sign as minus 6 is there, and 4 is positive. Then let's put the plus sign as it is. 3 times 5 is 15, and again a negative sign here because one of the numbers is negative. We have odd negative numbers. So that's basically minus 24 minus 15, and that's 39 with a minus sign, right? When both the numbers are negative, you add them and you put the negative sign. The next one. Now, where do we have the multiplication? Here. So rest of the equation we will first write as it is. So this is 11. 2 times 8 is 16, and that's going to be minus sign. And then this one here, you have minus times minus, and the answer is positive, right? So this is going to be plus 9 over here. So what's the final answer for this? So if you add this two, you know that's 20. Both are positive numbers, right? And minus 16. So that gives us 4 with a positive sign because the larger number here is 20 and it's a positive number. The next one. Now here we see we have division and we have multiplication both, right? So BODMAS. So we'll first do the division over here. So minus 64 divided by 4. 64 divided by 4 is 16. The times table for 16 gives us this answer, and it will be minus, right? Then we do times 5 minus 37. Now we do multiplication. Now 16 times 5 is 80. And this will have a minus sign, and minus 37 as it is. Now both the numbers are negative, so we are going to add them. So 80 plus 37 is basically and a negative sign. If you want, you can confirm here. 0 plus 7 is 7. 8 plus 3 is 11. So that's the answer. Aren't these questions very easy? They're going really fast, right? Here we will first do division, and we'll write the remaining equation as it is. So this is minus 28. Now 350 divided by 7. We know if it was 35 divided by 7, we would say it is 5. But this is 350, and this 7 remains as it is. So we are going to add 0 here, and that is minus 50 plus 8. Now this and these two numbers are easy to work. Minus 28 plus 8. That gives us minus 20 and minus 50 here. And that is minus 70. Here we are on question 7. How do we solve this? Remember the rule? Board mass. So brackets. We are going to solve the brackets first. So this is 100 minus 8 minus 15 would be 7 with a negative sign because the larger number is negative, and that's times 9, which is 100. Now let's open up this bracket. Plus 7 times 9. Now we will go with multiplication. So that's 100 plus 7 times 9 is 63. So the answer here is 163. Remember this rule and it becomes much easier to solve these questions. Number 8. 70 divided by minus 4, minus 3, both in bracket. So of course we are going to solve the brackets first. So 70 divided by minus 4 and minus 3 gives us minus 7 and plus 60 here as it is, which is equal to, so we'll be doing the division first, right? 70 divided by 7 would give us 10, but we have one negative sign, so we are going to put minus 10 here and plus 60, which is equal to 50. Done. Let's go for the next one. Now here we will be solving this bracket and this bracket first. So 4 plus 2 is 6 times 3 minus 8 times 2 plus 3 is 5. So now we are going to do the multiplication. 6 times 3 is 18 minus 40, and 40 minus 18 would give us 22 and negative sign here because the larger number is negative. These questions are quite simple, aren't they? Do you want to pause, solve some, come back and check my answers? Go ahead, please. Now here, bracket first. So minus 20 plus 4 times 2 plus 7 is 9 minus 35. Now this multiplication here. Minus 20 plus 4 times 9 is 36 and minus 35. Very close numbers, easy to solve. So minus 20 plus 1, which is equal to minus 19, and it's done. And question 11, similarly, brackets first. So 15 divided by 4 plus 1 is 5 minus 8 times 3. So 15 divided by 5 is 3 minus 8 times 3 is 24, which is equal to minus 21. And the 12th one, who is doing faster, you or me? Maybe you, maybe me. Let's check. 24 divided by 4 gives us 6 minus. Before doing my brackets, I did this division because it's not impacting my brackets. Ideally, the brackets should be done before. So minus 13 plus 3 is minus 10 times 2. So 6, and this becomes plus 10 times 2, which is equal to 6 plus 20, and the final answer is 26. 13th, I need to go faster. I want you to be first. So minus 12 plus 50 divided by minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5 plus 72 divided by, so brackets were solved first. 4 plus 2 is 6. Now minus 12, let's do this division. 50 divided by 5 is 10 and would be a minus sign as we have one negative number there. Plus, we can do this division also. 72 divided by 6, which is 12. Remember your times tables. And here, this is very simple. Minus 12 and plus 12 can be taken out easily. So the final answer here is 10 and a minus sign, of course. 180 divided by this. So the brackets here. So 180 divided by 4 plus 16 is 20 minus 8 times 3 plus 7 times 2 plus 3 is 5. So this and this, they will be done separately. So 180 divided by 20. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So 180 divided by 20 will also be 9 because we have 0 and 0 here. So that's 9 minus 24 plus 35, right? 24 from here and 35 from here, which is equal to, let me get my positives together. 35 plus 9 is 44 and minus 24 over here. And that leads to 20. And it's done. We did 14 questions already. Who did it faster, you or me? If you did it fast, I'm really, really happy for you. Here we are on question 15. The word problems. Ella made a sketch of an octagonal window on a 27-inch square piece of paper. So the paper is a square piece, okay, which turns out to be octagonal. So let's see how that happens. First, she cut 4 identical isosceles triangles from the corners. So the corners here, she is cutting 4 isosceles triangle. They are identical, they are same. Then she cut a square from the center of the octagon. So she's making a square here from the center of the octagon that she is cutting off. Each leg of a cut-off triangle is 1/3 the length of the paper. So what's the length here? We have 27. Now what does this say? Each leg of a cut-off triangle is 1/3 the length of the paper. So 1/3 of 27, which is 9, right? So 3 times 1 and 3 times 9. So from here, like this, so she's making a triangle, something like this, on each side. And they are identical, right? So this way it's 9, this way it's 9. So what we are left here with is, yes, it will also be 9, right? Because 9 here and 9 here. What does it say further? So that's done, 1/3 of the length. The side length of the cut-off square is also 1/3. So even for the square, it's 1/3. So this is 9, this is 9, this is 9, and this is 9. The same information. What was the area of the sketch after she removed the triangles and the square? So what are we supposed to find? The area of the space after she has cut off the triangles and the square. So we have to take out this, we have to take out this, take out this, take out all this part. And what are we left with is the part here, right? All this part. So that's the thing that we have to find. What is the area of this space that's left? How do we solve this? So let's start by finding the area of the larger square. So we have area of a larger square, which had the length of 27, right? And the area of a square is side square. So that is 27 square, which is equal to 729 inches square. You can do 27 times 27 over here, okay, and get the answer 729. But I'm not doing that because I already know that. Then the next, what are we going to find? Let's find the area of the smaller square, the square that is inside. Again, the formula remains the same, side square, and the side of that one is 9. So 9 square, which is 81 inches square, the units. Then the area of the triangle. How much is it? Do you remember the formula? The area of a triangle is half times base times height, which is equal to half times. Now here, we know that it's the same on both the sides, right? 9 here, 9 here. So base and height is same. So we do 9 times 9 over here, which leads us to 9 times 9 is 81 divided by 2. If you do the division, you will get this as 40.5 inches square. So these are some of the numbers that we need to find the area. So let's circle those numbers first. 729, 81, and 40.5. But here we also need to be mindful that there are 4 triangles. So this needs to be multiplied with 4. And that gives the answer to be 40.5 times 4 is how much? It is 162 inches square. So we are going to use this number for our calculation. So how do we do this calculation now? So it's basically larger square, that's the total, from which she has taken out a smaller square and 4 triangles, right? So that is 729, the larger square, minus the smaller square, 81, minus 4 times the triangle, that is 162. So that's how you solve this. So this is 729 minus and minus, right? So 162 plus 81 gives us 243. So that's minus 243. Let's solve this further, which is 729 minus 243. 9 minus 3 is 6. 2 minus 4 can't be done. So 6 here, which is 8 and 4. So that's the answer over here. Our answer is 486 inches square. So that's the area of the octagon that she has made by cutting 4 identical isosceles triangle in the 4 corners and a square in the center. So remember to read your question well, mark important information, and when you have some geometric shape, try to draw side by side. So that gives you clue about how to get this. This one that I did here, that clue comes from the diagram. So always important, reading, marking, and drawing diagrams where applicable. Question 16. Suppose that Lilian shows you some of her homework. She is coming to you. It means you're smart. That's great. And you're supposed to find her mistake. While I find her mistake, you go and find her mistake, and let's see if we both are able to find her mistake or not. Let me begin here. Minus 2. 6 minus 8. I'm going to write my question as it is, which is equal to minus 2 and bracket 6 here. Okay, Lilian has done that, so it's right. Then minus 2 again and minus 8 here. I get her mistake. She has not written minus 8 over there, which is minus 12. That's right. And this is minus times minus makes it plus. Because she didn't do minus 8, she gets this also wrong, because that should be plus 16. So minus 12 plus 16 is 4. See the difference in the answer? Well, this can be done in the other way also, if you want to know that. It's minus 2. I will solve my brackets first. 6 minus 8 is minus 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And this is minus times minus. So that's going to be plus. That's other way of solving the same question. It's a smart way because you're going really fast. The next one. Sarah took 3 turns in a video game. Only 3? How many turns do you take? She scored minus 120 on her first turn. So let's start writing first turn, minus 120. 320 points during her second. What a huge jump. Minus 120 to 320. And again, minus 80. Just learning. On her third turn. What was her average score? What are we supposed to find? Average score. So what's the total first? Do we know the total here? So let's get the total. Minus 120 plus 320 and minus 80. This together makes it minus 200 plus 320, which is 120. So that's the total. And we are supposed to find average. How do we find average? Do you know the formula? It's basically total divided by the number of turns over here. Okay, how many times did she play the game? So the total is 120 divided by number of turns is 3, and her average will be 40 points per game. That's how you solve this question. Is it a good score? How much do you score usually? I'm sure you score well. And here we are on the last question. And it's an equation written by Benjamin. Where can you place the parenthesis so that the equation will be a true statement? So how does he solve this part? The left-hand side, where should he put the parenthesis, which is the brackets, to get answer as minus 19. Now to solve this, I will start very smartly. Parenthesis, if he puts here on left and right, it's not going to help. So I'll first try to do parenthesis somewhere in the middle where it might help me. So let's see if it helps me. I will write minus 20 here. First, let's copy the question. That's better. Times 2 here, plus 7 minus 35. So let's try to keep this minus numbers as it is, where they're not involved. So how much does it result to? Minus 20 and minus 35 would be minus 55. And how much do I need? My answer has to be minus 19. So from minus 55 to minus 19, how do I go? What's the jump that I need? So if I minus from here, I will know the jump that I need. This is 4, 15. 15 minus 9 will give me 6, and this is 3. So I need a jump of 36. So if I add 36 to minus 55, I will reach to minus 19. So based on this numbers here, do you see you can make 36 somehow? Does it give any kind of clue to you about where to put the brackets to do? Let's try it. Let's try if we can get it right. If you don't put the bracket at all, what would happen? 4 times 2 and plus 7. So that's 8 plus 7, which is 15. I don't get it. 36. I wanted 36. So that was basically putting a parenthesis like this, right? It's not helping. Let's try the other one. 4 times 2 plus 7. I guess this is going to give us the answer. 4 times, this is 2 plus 7, which is 9, and that is 36. Yes, that's exactly what we want. So we know where our parentheses should be. They should be here. So let's write it. Plus 4 times 9 minus 20 plus 36 minus 35, right? So minus 20, since these two numbers are closer, let me do them first. Plus 1, which is minus 19, and that's exactly what we wanted. So our parenthesis should be where? It should be here. Isn't that simple? Sometimes working backwards, working with numbers in a way that generates clue for you is important. It's just making sure you're focused over there, trying to do some smart work. And that's it. We are done with chapter 1.6 so quickly. Thank you. I look forward to see you in the other videos where we solve other independent practices and make you really good at math. Goodbye.